a quick word about screencasts before we get down to week 4. My views are way down. I can, of course, get that information from YouTube very easily. So if you're watching this screencast, chances are you're a good student. And if you're a good student, chances are you are emailing me about questions you have and progress that you're making. So in the course of sending me those emails, if you could let me know that these screencasts are worthwhile, I would definitely appreciate it, because believe it or not, I rehearse these and I have to kind of sequence out the editing and stuff. And they're kind of time intensive. If I should be spending my time doing other more productive things to help you become better writers, I'd be happy to be doing those things. So if you could just drop me a quick note, attach it to an email, like, oh, by the way, thanks for the screencast, please let me know. Because like I said, they take up some of my day. And if I'm better off doing other stuff, I would like to know that, and I'm sure you'll tell me. All right, let me take a drink of water before we get to week 4. I feel a little froggy. I just told you these are rehearsed, and I'm doing all the sorts of off-the-cuff stuff already. So week 4, you have plenty of time to finish your Essay 2 final draft. That doesn't mean you have to take all that time. So you have this spreadsheet. You can see that Blake's already in there. So once you're done and ready for me to grade your final draft, you will post to this sheet. So once you put your name and the link to your final draft in here, I'm going to be checking this sheet religiously starting Monday morning. And once it's in there, I'm going to grade it. I'm just as eager to know how you did as you are, so post it when you're ready. You do not have to wait until Friday. If you all wait until 8:55 Friday morning, that really limits my ability to give all 100 plus of you feedback, quality feedback at least. And I want to give you feedback. And if they are kind of slowly rolling in through the week, that is my best option for success. And that's why I waited until Friday to collect these final drafts. So anything else you need to know about Essay 2, you can ask me. They're called rough drafts for a reason, because they can be rough, and so I don't pay much attention to things like formatting and proofreading. But they're also called final drafts for a reason, so you can bet I'll be looking for those things to be wonderful and perfect and not pulling your grade down at all by the time it's a final draft. And if those things are present, then of course that has to come out of your final grade. Hopefully you're seeing this bright red here that you have to create a separate doc. If you have any questions, cool. And please don't resolve comments on your rough draft either. I need those to remind myself of my general impressions of your rough draft if I've done that. And I also have to look at peer review. The bulk of week 4 is going to be spent on, at least I hope, is going to be spent on Essay 3, my favorite essay to teach. I've been teaching some version of this essay since I started teaching college many, many years ago. Many, many years ago. And I hope I always get to teach it because it's speculative writing. You have a chapter in Composition of Everyday Life to read that sticks pretty close to how I go about this assignment. So make sure you read it. It's going to give you a lot to think about before you even see my big assignment, which is the next link. Now I have a screencast about choosing a good topic and how to organize your essay, so I'm not going to get too much into Essay 3 in this screencast, which is just sort of a forecast of the week. But here it is. You're searching for causes. You're not going to find them, but you're going to search for them. This is speculative writing. You're almost irregardless of your major, you're going to do some version of speculative writing in your college careers. And I like to sort of introduce you to the thinking and the presentation styles involved in speculation. So that's why I make this the third essay. It also bridges the gap between the sort of the narrative goals of Essay 2 and the much more rigid academic research, argumentative, persuasive based goals of the research essay, the research project, which is our next assignment. So this is a nice little transitional type essay. So you're going to be finding some sort of mysterious or not human behavior phenomenon or sort of ongoing, why do people believe in aliens, or why do people believe in angels, that sort of thing. You can ask even deeper sort of human behavior questions, why do women stay in abusive relationships, something like that. Or you can deal with trends. Most students I deal with, why do people spend so much time on Steam? I love that topic. I read that. I had that a few times last semester. Steam is a website, of course, where you can watch people play video games. Why do people watch people play video games instead of playing the video games themselves? Isn't that sort of contradictory and mysterious? That seems worthwhile to investigate. So you have all this, all these steps involved, and like I said, I have a screencast about this. I have 2 of them this week, so I'm not going to belabor the assignment much more. I will tell you that Essay 3 organization, the screencast, I have to house it in Google Drive for reasons that I won't get into here, but the result of that was I had to use file conversion, free file conversion software, and the price of the freeness of the freedom of the that software was there's a huge watermark right in the middle of my presentation. So you're just going to have to live with that. I'm very sorry. I spend a lot of money out of pocket anyway for this, for my job. And as a result, I'm not going to spend any more if that's okay by you. So there's a Prezi on SA3 that accompanies this website, or I'm sorry, this screencast. I'm getting all confused here. So go ahead and check those out, and that will lead to hopefully productive brainstorming sessions for choosing a topic. I hope you take your time and choose a really good topic. What you can do is post your topic ideas to Angel. Once again, we only have one more brainstorming discussion post to go after this one, much to my happiness. So go ahead and post that, and it's worth 1% of your final grade. Worth a little more is reader response 2. You guys did a fabulous job. Fantastic. So many of you are so smart and studious. You're much smarter and more studious than I ever was as a high school student, if I'm being honest. So please keep it up. Your second reader response can come from, the assignment stays the same, but it can come from any of these articles, which are all very fascinating, I think. Now you got the 3 from the book. One's about Google. One's about, it's called Throwing Up Childhood, kind of self-explanatory. And there's one about consumerism. And I think they're all worth a read anyway, because they'll kind of give you some stuff to think about. But as I just go about my own reading for kind of pleasure, I often find myself reading speculative writing. I'm a big nonfiction writing guy, and as a result, if I find something that's worthwhile, I will post it to here. I can't recommend these articles and mostly these authors any more than I can. Jonathan Franzen just released a massive book called Purity. His novels are very important. They inspire a lot of think pieces. And he's always kind of examining what it means to be an American today, I guess. And so his article that I've chosen here is Liking is for Cowards. Liking in the sort of Instagram heart sort of sense. Why We Travel by Pico Iyer is another wonderful writer. A Paler Shade of White is about race and music, which this is not the newest article, but boy, it's a fascinating one. It's really worth your time. It's long, but I'm hoping some of the smarter of you will take me up on the challenge to read that one and do a response to it. Nostalgia on Repeat, another great writer or favorite writer of mine, Chuck Klosterman, and that is about sort of the cycles of nostalgia, how we almost start longing for something the second that it's gone, whereas it used to take a few generations, and that sort of thing doesn't happen anymore. What kind of genius are you? We're all confident idiots. This is a really good one, and the meme generation. So I hope you'll click around and not just pick the one that's the shortest. Even the short ones I think are kind of intellectually challenging now. So anyway, pick one, read it. If you ever find a piece of speculative writing, I'm all ears. Send it my way. I'll be happy to add it to the list if it's worthy, of course. And then, of course, begin Essay 3 if you get a chance. So many of you are just fantastic at managing your time and getting ahead in my class, and I can't encourage that sort of behavior any more than I already am. I'll just do it again. Keep it up. Keep getting ahead. Why is that red? Let's see if that goes away. Can't say what. Okay. Start your rough draft, and then once you start it, I'm always available to check in on your essays. This offer is standing forever. You share your essay with me. It goes right into my massive Gmail inbox. You can see how full it is. I'm usually much more I'm much more organized, but I've had a lot of rough drafts coming in lately. They come to my inbox, and I read them as soon as I get them, or at least the first chance I get. So if you get started on Essay 3, you want to make sure you're heading in the right direction. There's a lot more rigid sort of guidelines to this. I don't want to say rigid in the sense that you have to all complete this essay in the same way, but we do at some point have to transition to more academic conventions of writing. And Essay 2 is more free form, which I really like. It allows for creativity. And Essay 3 is certainly creative in its and the thinking it's supposed to elicit from you, but in terms of organization, your options I think they're vast, but there's somewhat of a limit on them. So if you want to make sure that your essay is sort of shaped in the right way, I'm happy to give you feedback on that. The Writing Center is wonderful. You have these links to you can come to this Writing Center here at Stark. You can use the online Writing Center, but some of you could benefit from a little bit extra help, I think. So on that note, I hope this screencast goes through. This is not the first time I've tried to record this, but if you have any questions, please, my email is here on every schedule or on every agenda for a reason. Please hit me up, and good luck starting Essay 3 and finishing Essay 2.